Here are the F1 storylines you need to be following right now headed into this weekend's Singapore Grand Prix. Your first storyline, will Max Verstappen finally win the Singapore Grand Prix? Here's a crazy statistic for you. The Singapore Grand Prix is literally the only Grand Prix on the current Formula One calendar that Max Verstappen has never won. Crazy, right? Now, you might be thinking Max has a decent chance of finally breaking his Singapore curse this weekend, considering he's headed into Singapore on the back of back-to-back race wins, but as Lee Corso says, not so fast. Max's wins at Monza and Baku were at low downforce circuits, which have typically been Red Bull's bread and butter. How Max's updated Red Bull will perform at the higher downforce Marina Bay Street circuit remains to be seen. Now, on the minus side, Max is accordingly expected by many to perform worse in Singapore than he did at Monza and Baku, but on the plus side, if Max can manage to win in Singapore despite the massive downforce difference between there and Monza and Baku, he has to be taken very seriously as a World Drivers' Championship contender, okay? Your second storyline, now will McLaren clinch the World Constructors' Championship? McLaren famously botched clinching the 2025 World Constructors' Championship in Baku, a fact that I famously predicted correctly because I'm a genius, or I got lucky or something, I don't know. However, headed into Singapore, it's looking extremely likely that McLaren will leave the city-state as back-to-back World Constructors champions, considering the Papayas only need to score 13 points total this weekend in order to make it mathematically impossible for another team to overtake them in points by the end of the season. I will go on the record right now and say that if McLaren do not clinch the World Constructors Championship in Singapore this weekend, I will smash a papaya on my head and post a video of it. That is how confident I am. Your third storyline, will we see another impressive individual driver performance this weekend? We've seen some truly remarkable performances in the last 6 Grand Prix, from the Hulkenberg podium to the Hadjar podium to the Sainz podium to the Lawson P5 to the Gabby P6, and the list just goes on. Formula One in 2025 is so incredibly balanced and fun, and I am getting super used to that, and I need another crazy result this weekend in Singapore. I need some humid Singapore air to breathe. Give it to me! Your fourth storyline, we are all thinking of you, Lewis Hamilton. Lewis's best friend Roscoe, a world-famous doggo and paddock favorite Grand Prix guest, tragically passed away earlier this week. He will be missed by literally everyone who ever knew he existed, but most of all by his best friend, Lewis Hamilton. This is obviously a super tough time for Lewis, and we'll all be thinking of him this weekend.